What is good, guys? Welcome to the Hoops and Stuff podcast. I'm your host, Isaac, and today we're going to be talking about LeBron James breaking the scoring record. And honestly, it's pretty impressive, but let's break it down real quick. So, first off, we're going to start off with LeBron's path to breaking the record. He broke it on February 7th, 2023, after 38 years. And he broke the record against the Oklahoma City Thunder with a fadeaway shot from the elbow over Oklahoma City's forward Kenrich Williams. LeBron had the three-point line his whole career. Like, he had it when he started, and it's obviously been there till he started to now. And he was 38 when he broke the record. He has 19 NBA All-Star appearances, which is very impressive. One of the highest numbers for All-Star appearances. He has 4 MVPs, and he is a 4-time NBA champion. That is just phenomenal. Great accolades for LeBron. And another major part to this is that he came right to the league. He skipped college. He didn't play college basketball. So he had more younger years, which is going to be better because once you get older, you start to get hurt more and you miss more games. This season is the season that he broke the scoring record, obviously. And he averages 30 points per game right now. And then we're going to start with Kareem's path. He averaged 21.5 points per game the year he broke the record. And he broke it on April 5th, 1984. But when Kareem was in the NBA, he didn't have a three-point line for the first 10 years of his career, which is a major difference because he wasn't able to attempt any three-point shots until he was in his 10th year, which you're not going to be as great or as young as you were before. And obviously, that takes a big toll on how many points he scored. When Kareem broke the record, he was only 37, so a year younger than LeBron was. And in my opinion, there was better defense in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's time period. Like, they had much better defenders, so it was a lot harder for him to score, in my opinion. He is also a 19-time All-Star, tied with LeBron for the most All-Star appearances. He is a 6-time MVP and a 6-time NBA champion. So he has, in my opinion, better accolades than LeBron. He has the same amount of All-Star appearances. He has more MVPs and he has more NBA championships. Kareem went to UCLA for 3 years. So he entered the league at an older age, probably 21 or 22 when he entered the league, whereas LeBron was 18. So that's, like I said, that's going to be a big toll on the amount of points he scored because LeBron had a lot more younger years than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did. And again, for the 3-point thing, I really don't think that I don't think it's fair that LeBron got it for his whole career and Kareem only got it for the last 10 years of his career. But I mean, again, like, it's like they're not just gonna exclude that from his points per game, or not his points per game, his total points on his career, though, you know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to figure that all out. So I don't know. I don't really know if LeBron deserves the title as most point, like the player with the most points scored in a single career. Even though technically he did score the most points, I just don't think it was fair, or like I don't think it was even for him. Especially another big thing is, like I said, he did come into the league at a lot younger age than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did. So that's another major thing that like that took a effect on how many points they're each gonna score. You know what I mean? And another thing, a lot more rules have changed since then, and they've just like added or taken away more things. So it might be like easier for LeBron to score points, or harder for him to do like score like certain ways. And I just really don't know how to like describe it. Like he just, I just don't think it was fair. Like I said, it's not very fair that they eat like that they had to play in different time periods, and people are saying that LeBron broke the scoring record, because I get it, but again, Kareem really didn't have much option other than to score 2 points on every shot that he took. He didn't have that option to get a 3-pointer, you know what I mean? So that's really hard to judge. They're both great finishers though. Kareem with his sky hook, LeBron is a great dunker. And they're both great players, both top 10 players in my opinion, even probably even top 5 on their careers. But I don't know if LeBron breaking the scoring record is going to change much for his ranking in the top tier players. Like I don't know if that's going to make, like I don't know if people are going to look at him, or I'm not going to look at him as better just cuz he broke the record, because Kareem did it in less years, and he had less prime years because he didn't get those younger years like I said before that LeBron did, and he didn't have that 3-point line, and all the rules have changed and stuff. So it's really hard for me, like I said, to just take, like you just have to factor that part in. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar he was doing pretty, like not bad but not very good in that last season where he broke the record. Not last season, but in the season that he broke the record, he was doing a lot worse than LeBron, and he definitely had less prime time than LeBron. But that is definitely not me saying that Kareem is better than LeBron. Like LeBron is LeBron is better than Kareem. I'm just gonna say that LeBron's better than Kareem, but Kareem is top 5 easily. Kareem is a very great player. He did great things in his career, and I feel like he's just very overlooked. And me personally, I'd have him at that 3 spot on my all-time list as a third. He'd be the third best player on my list for sure. But like I'm gonna say it one more time. It's really hard to judge who was better just based off of who scored more points. Obviously, they both had their different unique ways of scoring, so it's just really hard to judge. The next thing we're going to talk about in this episode that I touched a little bit on in the last episode, this episode we're going to take more time to talk about Ja Morant's off-court problems. Ja Morant is an amazing player for the league so far. In his first few seasons, he's been amazing, and he's just been proving that he was a good pick for Memphis. He is definitely going to be in more All-Star games for, like in my opinion, for for the NBA, and he's just a great player. But he really has to clean up this off the court problems with his Nike deal that we see him releasing the Ja Morant ones that are going to be coming out soon, I guess. He can't ruin that for himself. Having a shoe deal with Nike is major. Like getting your own shoe and stuff, that's just major, and you really can't like mess that up and ruin it just because of off court problems. The first problem we're going to talk about that was brought to my attention was the I guess it was a fight. There was a fight between him and another guy. They were playing pickup basketball at Ja's house, and the guy supposedly chucked the basketball at Ja, and then Ja and another friend of his started beating the guy up and stuff like that. And even to have those rumors going around about you, even if it's not true, that's very like you could be looked at very negatively for that. And we see this a lot with like athletes. We see them like get in trouble with off the court problems, with getting in fights, or just doing other illegal stuff. For instance, last year we seen Miles Bridges get in trouble for domestic violence, and this year for Ja Morant, he's been great, and like I said, he just can't mess that up. He and his side of the story is that he got the basketball thrown at him, and then he said that the guy was charging at him, and he acted in self-defense. We really don't know the real story to this, but I'm very interested to see what happens for Ja. Another problem that he had that I guess you could say was on the court. There's multiple major things that led up to it. We seen T Grizzly or not sorry not T not T Grizzly. We seen T Morant, Ja's father. We seen him arguing with Shannon Sharp because Shannon Sharp was talking about Ja Morant. And that's really not a great idea for Shannon Sharp, but you really just got to keep your mouth closed because they had some words for each other and it just ended up bad. And another factor to what I am going to explain is Ja got into an argument with some Pacers players, and his little friend group that sits courtside started like saying things to the Pacers players, and they got in trouble. So T Morant and Ja's friends that all sit courtside were kicked out of the home games for the rest of the season, which is really bad. Like that's just a bad look even for you as a player, and you just don't want that on your reputation. Like that's just like a water stain, and that's not a good look for Ja at all. And then the final off the court problem I'm going to talk about with Ja Morant is his incident in Cleveland where he was supposedly spotted in a car that somebody like had like a gun pointed at somebody, like they had like a red laser pointed at them, and he's being I guess you could say like investigated for that right now. So he's having a lot of off the court problems. Like I said, he can't mess his shoe deal up with Nike. He has that, like I said, he has that Ja 1 coming out soon, which looks pretty cool. But like a lawsuit is not good on your resume as an NBA player for getting sued like for stuff like that. And we've just seen a lot more things like that in the modern era. We've seen people getting in trouble for off the court stuff like that, getting suspensions, getting dropped from their team and just stuff like that. And like I said, Miles Bridges got dropped from the Hornets for what he did last season. And it's not, it's sad to see these great players like Ja Morant and Miles Bridges getting in trouble like this. For right now, Ja Morant is obviously still on the Grizzlies, and I hope it stays like that because Ja Morant is a very explosive player, and he's just a great player to watch, and he's just so fun. But if he keeps doing this kind of stuff, that's just going to get him in trouble. But another thing, I feel like Shannon Sharp needs to stop talking about Ja Morant because that's just going to fire him up, and that's just going to cause more problems with that kind of stuff. But with the other stuff is obviously not Shannon Sharp's problem. But that other stuff is what's triggering Shannon Sharp to say stuff about Ja Morant. So Ja Morant, like I said, really needs to clean that up, and he just needs to focus on basketball. If he can get better, he could possibly be an MVP candidate. He's a great player. But some people don't. Ja Morant's really like a hit or miss player. Some people hate him. Some people love him. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you like Ja Morant? Do you not like Ja Morant? He's a very, like, you're either a lover or a hater of Ja Morant. Me personally, I love Ja Morant. He's a phenomenal player. Like I said, I like those players that just get crazy dunks in game, but he's got to be careful with like flying around like that. He could get like a really bad injury, which could cause him to be out for a certain amount of time, or could even cause him to be a bad, like, regress in skill level. So he just needs to be careful with off the court stuff like that, and then like I said, on the court stuff like that. But other than that, he is a phenomenal player. He can shoot, he could finish. He's just great. That's going to be it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button and like the video, and comment down below and let me know any players or topics you'd like me to talk about, whether it's NBA or NFL. And I hope you guys have a great day.